Hey, what's up guys? Zach here, still on the road, meeting up with you guys, the viewers, checking out your builds, your projects, your repairs. But for today, I got one of my own. In this box, direct from Hong Kong, I have an in-dash DVD player set up that we're gonna throw in this X3. Now you guys remember a while back in preparation for this trip, we installed a factory MP3 and aux-in hookup to the stock stereo. We've still been running into some issues trying to get Bluetooth connected to that. So today we're gonna fix that. All right, so here is the main portion of the unit here. Whoa, check that out, ready? Doop. All right, so here's the whole kit laid out. You've got the main screen there. You've got a secondary, smaller connector wiring harness. That's for like a DVR, DVD player, which we're not gonna add, so we're not gonna use that harness. Then you have the primary AV power connector, which supplies essentially everything we need. So you've got a quick connect. You can plug your phone directly into this to connect it to the system. This is the audio input, so you're going to plug that directly into the OEM BMW aux input. And then you have the one power connector, which clicks right into the piggyback harness here that goes in between the stock radio harness. And then finally just the GPS antenna. Now watch how crazy this is, okay? Absolutely everything is labeled on this kit. So if you flip it over, you see GPS, little screw-on connector, and then you've got the DVD or DVR connector, which would plug in there, and then you have the main AV longer power connector for that harness here. Now again, I'm going to show you guys just how crazy easy this is to install, and we're just going to use a Phillips head screwdriver, so sit back and enjoy. Alright, so a humongous shout out to Seicane, the company that sent this. They couldn't have developed a better kit if they tried, because just watch how simple and easy this is to install. You ready? First thing we're going to do is pull out the center vent and disconnect the mixture control in the back and the one electrical controller for the hazard lights here. Mixture control pulls off on the top here. Set that aside. And then we've got two Phillips screws underneath that hold the stock cubby in place. And this is cool because this is the last time we're going to have to hear this. So again, Phillips screwdriver. Alright, and then with that done, you can just lift up and out the old cubby. We can get rid of that guy. Next up, you got two Phillips screws that hold the hvac, the fascia in place here. So again, I'll be honest with you guys, this is the second time I'm recording this install, because the first time I somehow made it more technical than it needed to be, so I'm taking the time to reinstall it just to show you guys in one shot how easy this is. So if I make a mistake or drop a bolt or something like that, don't hold it against me, alright? Alright, so with those two out, I'm going to pull and then lift from the bottom, and the whole fascia comes out. Now there's about 4 electrical connectors on the back of the HVAC, but you can just tuck it out of the way. You're not going to need to touch it. But again, 2 Phillips screws that secure the radio in place. Now we can slide out the stock radio, and we're going to disconnect the antenna. It's just a push connector here, and then the factory wiring harness. Now the factory wiring harness is pretty straightforward. You just push it to unlock it. There's a little tab on the back hand side there, but no pressure whatsoever for it to come out. And then the stock radio is now out. Let's see here. So the only other thing we're going to have to do is locate our external microphone. Now I place mine down by the cigarette lighter here just for ease of installation, but they do give you enough cord that you can run it up top by the sunroof switch if you'd like. I've made a dozen or so phone calls and they seem to hear me pretty well down there, so I'm going to leave it. But aside from that, the only other connector we're looking for behind here is the stock BMW aux cable, which is this guy right here. So again, that's pretty much the best way for you to tell if your stereo is going to be compatible with this, is that you know, you look on the back of this wiring connector. You guys saw how easy it was to take everything out, but on the back of this electrical connector, you're going to see the aux cable here plugged into the back lower right hand side. So if you've got that, chances are this is going to work perfectly for you. So that's it. But like I said, the only other wiring connector we have here is for the microphone. So I mean, this is it. This is the extent of what you need to disassemble in the car to install this kit, which is crazy because it's so easy. Next thing up, what I'm going to do is I'm going to place the GPS antenna right by the top of the windshield, just on the other side of the DVD unit here. So I'm going to place it up top here. We don't have tinted windows, and we don't have you know, the infrared block windshield, so there's going to be no interference for the GPS antenna. So for that reason, I'm going to put it right up top here, and then there's plenty of room on the right hand side here to tuck all this extra wiring. But again, the kit gives you so much more than you would ever need, which is awesome because, you know, every install is going to be a little bit different depending on what you guys want. There's plenty enough wire for you to run the GPS antenna up out of the car if you want, on the rear deck, or, you know, whatever works for you guys. So again, the kit is awesome for that. The other thing it's cool for is the fact that it's plug and play. All right, so here's the piggyback connector. Again, it has all factory connectors, so there's no splicing, there's no worry about a bad connection later down the road. It's literally this easy. So here's the Seicane piggyback. You're going to plug this into the factory connector that I locked back into place. Alright, there you go. So you're literally just going to plug the connector together and click it in, and that's it. That's 99% of the wiring is already done. So like I said, really cool kit for that reason. So next up, we've got the one wiring harness that we're going to use, and don't let all the attachments scare you. Like I said before, everything is labeled, right? So if you want to do additional video outs for, you know, rear headrest, DVD screens, you can do that. You have additional aux-ins. There's just so many different you know, accessories you guys can add to it. But again, it's one connector, and I'm going to push this up through the opening of the radio on the right hand side here. I've got wicked big hands, but I still can reach back around and to grab this here, so there's plenty enough room. So like I said before, you've got the option. This is, again, just coming off that one electrical connector that comes with the kit. You can plug your phone directly in, charge your phone, and have it you know, connect all the functions directly to the unit with this one USB connection, which is really slick. The other major connector, right, we had that one piggyback, which I said was 90% of the kit. And then the other part is this one electrical connector. So this is how the DVD screen draws power from the factory harness. Again, no cutting, no splicing. You literally just click it together and that's it, which is, like I said, it's just awesome. So start tucking that into the dash there. So like I said, this is how the unit gets audio over your own speakers. So this is coming again from that one electrical connector that comes in the kit, and here's our factory BMW aux cable, and you literally make that one connection and now the unit can play audio through the speakers. Now another reason this kit I think is pretty cool is the fact that you don't have to get any additional like CAN bus or you know, any extra modules or anything like that. Because it taps into the factory stereo, we can still use the steering wheel controls for you know, volume and things like that, which again is really cool. But as far as wiring, this is no joke. I mean, we're done, which is crazy. But yeah, again, depending on what you want out of the kit, you can add a DVD screen, you can add additional inputs, you can add more microphones, less microphones. It's pretty crazy, all the stuff that the kit comes with. But the only other connection we're going to make here is just for the microphone. And again, it's the only black connector on this whole wiring harness right there. So again, everything's labeled microphone, little microphone next to the cigarette lighter, and that's it. So as far as connecting this, integrating it into the factory wiring, it's all done. And the other good thing about the X3 here is that there's plenty of room on the backhand side here for all this additional wiring that comes with the kit. So again, we do have a connection here. Like I said, this is the aux input to the factory. Just to make sure this doesn't ground out, I'm just going to wrap it with some electrical tape here. I don't think this is necessary, but I'm going for overkill. So, and I'm doing this on the fly, so be easy in the comments, but you guys can take as much time as you want to tidy up the wiring, zip ties, or whatever you'd like. But for the sake of this video, we're just going to push everything back in there. Everything fits off to the right here pretty easily. I don't know about you guys over in England, if there's as much space on the side, but I'm sure you guys can figure it out. Alright, so here we go. Here are the only electrical connectors that are going to plug back into the stock radio, and it looks identical to factory. So we've got the antenna that we just unplugged, and this is the Seicane harness that is just piggybacked. So literally we just put it back together now. Stock radio, like I said before, it's got a factory connector. So we're just going to put that connector on the back. Try to get you guys a good shot in here. Lock it into place. And we're going to connect our AM/FM antenna here. Push this to click in. I'm going to flip this over now and slide the radio back into place. And you guys might have to maneuver some of the wires behind the stereo just to clear a path for it. But again, like I said, there's so much room. Everything just pushes right out of the way. So now we're ready to reattach the radio. Again, 2 Phillips screws. Like I said before, guys, this kit, it's a pretty decent price kit, on top of the fact that it's all plug and play. There's no splicing. This is probably one of the only videos that I'll ever be able to do that I can do it all in one shot, because it's that easy. So if you guys are a little timid watching a bunch of YouTube videos on, you know, what kit to use, and I think you guys will honestly be pretty happy with this. HVAC clicks back into place, and we've got the 2 Phillips screws on the top there. All right, and the next thing you got is just the DVD screen here. So we've got just the AV input and the DVD input, and the GPS there as well. So again, for our uses here, we're only going to use the AV and the GPS. So I'm going to grab the GPS antenna from the top there and screw it in, and then the 1 electrical connector literally just clicks into the AV power. So again, I'd like to make this seem more difficult than it is, just for the fact that you know, some places charge quite a bit to install these radios, you know, if you're not handy yourself. But this isn't even a long weekend project. It's not even a long afternoon project. I have no idea how long the video is been going right now, but I mean, this is wicked easy. And then, like I said, 1 electrical connector here. Clicks right on the bottom. And then we're just tucking the GPS antenna up. Actually, the cool thing about the X3 is there's a little notch up at the top for where the screen connector goes, and that, not sure if you guys can see it, but it actually makes a perfect little pathway for the wire as not to get pinched and stuff like that, which is kind of cool too. But I got to give credit where credit's due, and they definitely thought this kit through, because it just goes together. Got the GPS antenna in there. We've got the screen in there. So now we can do the 2 screws, the 2 Phillips screws underneath to hold the screen in place. Alright, so the screen's in place there. And then again, we're just going to reconnect the HVAC mixer on the top, and then the 1 electrical connector for the hazard switch there. Clicks back into place. Hazard, double check it there. Slides back in. Door locks work, everything works here. So now, if we've done everything right, the only thing you need to do is to power this on and search for your aux input here. And then that will supply power to the screen. And you can see they got a cool little BMW logo here. Android based. So that is it, guys. That is the whole install from start to finish. You guys can see just how easy this kit is to install. I mean, it's wicked easy. A huge shout out to Seicane for sending this out. Like I said, guys, if you have any questions whatsoever about this kit, just shoot me a message. Heck, if I'm on the road still fixing cars with you guys, just reach out to me, and I might even swing by, help you guys install it. So any questions, let me know. Take care, guys. Alright, so let's check out the unit. I'm just going to go ahead and turn on the stereo. And we're on the aux function of the factory radio. Alright, so you can see this thing boots up pretty quickly too, but essentially you've got a reset, a power, a GPS, and a display. Power actually mutes the unit, and GPS is kind of cool because if you have any other thing going in the background, you can hit one button and you can toggle between GPS and music or whatever you're working with. Display, also pretty cool. You've got the option to dim the background or to shut it off completely while you're driving. And then just one button brings it all back, so really cool. You can see, like I said, we just installed this, so we got to go through and set the time. You guys familiar with Android already know this. I'm an Apple guy myself, but this is still pretty intuitive, which is kind of cool. But we're just going to go down and set the date and time here. We got 12-hour time. It's about noon right now. There we go. So that's essentially all I did to set up the unit here. Set the time, the date. The GPS works flawlessly. We've got no issues with connectivity. Not only that, but this is an added bonus to having this unit is where we took the YouTube channel on the road and we're traveling to meet up with you guys and check out your builds and projects. We were blasting through data on our phone like crazy just from using GPS, where this past month I think we saved like 16 gigs because we're driving every single day using GPS all day long. So again, the whole thing is actually pretty intuitive, which is nice. Local places, and like I said, I think you guys are going to be pretty happy with this. One touch for Bluetooth connectivity, connect my phone, play some music, and we're good to go. So, like I said, if you guys have any questions, comments, let me know below, and I'll see you guys next time. Huge shout out to Seicane. Click the link below if you guys want to get yourself your own in-dash DVD navigation screen for your X3, and I will see you guys next time.